What is good, everyone? This is your host, Deanna Kempel, Label Free Podcast. To live your best life, you must live label free. I'm super excited. This conversation is going to blow your mind. My next guest holds a Doctor of Chiropractic degree, a Bachelor of Science degree in human biology, a certified clinical hypnotherapist, certified massage therapist, but is now considered a human engineer. Please welcome Dr. T. Dr. T, thank you for joining us today. Can you please introduce yourself, since I've been like stumbling on my words, and tell the audience a little bit about your background?
Well, I think you're just frozen, Deanna. I know you were in Florida, and returning home can be a little difficult, a little shocking.
I'm thawing out.
Yeah, exactly. You're still thawing, and I get it. I'm originally from Illinois, so yeah, my background is I'm a doctor of chiropractor. A human engineer is my moniker. Dr.T is what people call me. A client gave me the name a human engineer 20 years ago. I did all these different protocols on him, and oh gosh, I don't remember what the heck I did. But he sat up and he says, he kind of looks around. He says, you're not a chiropractor. You're a human engineer. And so that's always just stuck. And so to describe what it is, it's basically, I'll look at anything that can help engineer a human body, mind, or spirit. And we've just been after that perfection now for 25 years. So that's what I do.
I love it. So I'm a big believer in health and fitness and wellness and all of that. I think that, there's too much preaching around taking drugs these days versus like, well, how about living a healthy lifestyle and what that looks like? So I really love how you've combined all these different qualities or different talents that you went after. Or gosh, why am I having such a hard time talking today?
I think you're still frozen.
Yeah, I'm like stuck.
Turn the heat up.
Oh my God. So all these different ways that you've taught yourself to really deal with the human body. And so you say that you help transform the health, wealth, and well-being of thousands of people and animals using focused intention, angels, and quantum physics. I love that. And so I'm really drawn to that and what that means. Can you tell the audience what that means and how you go about applying all these different qualities or tools that you've achieved over your life?
Well, it's really like it's a montage. It's a blend of stuff. So I've figured out how to have a simple tool to assess what's going wrong with someone, and through using the power of intention and focus, we're able to instruct the mind how to make the body run better. So that's like a real basic explanation of applied quantum mechanics, and that is that concept of like, the act of observation changes the outcome of an experiment. So
Okay.
we know that is the first principle of quantum mechanics, that when you look at something, it changes. It doesn't stay that same way. And so leading off from all of that, a lot of those discoveries over time, I just started working towards figuring out what's going to be more powerful. So at first I'm just looking at your immune system, say for example, and I'm like, okay, let's see how we can make that better by looking at it and telling the mind how to fix it, which really kind of has its roots in hypnosis. So but it's the next level. It's not hypnosis because there's no vocals. It's all intention and it's all thought.
Right.
Well, what started happening over time, there's a client brought in an old book, and it was a book on angels, and she was like, "Hey, I want you to read this here." I'm like, "You want me to read a book at my hourly rate? Are you crazy?" And she's like, "Yeah, I really do." And God bless her. So I sat there and read it really quick, and she says, "Now I want you to do that. However you see that in your mind's eye, I want you to do that." And so I did it, and we had a miracle right in front of us in 10 seconds, 15 seconds. And I just couldn't believe it. And it took me probably, I don't know, it's probably 6 months before I finally would accept that this is what was happening, that we have access using these other principles to the realm of angels. And we can ask them for help. We can, who hasn't asked an angel for help? For help?
I believe in them.
Yeah, absolutely. So we all believe in them, but this is like the next step of actually seeing on a daily basis and witnessing right before your eyes, angels in action. And that's what I'm teaching in my class. That's one of the reasons why I'm here, is promoting my class. And that has just been a real honor to be able to bring forward. It's taken me about 5 years to actually figure out how to transfer that talent and that ability to someone else.
Sure.
We can talk about angels all day long, and you can try it, but until you actually see it, and that's part of my saying for my class is seeing is believing. So in the class, the first day you see it, strangers and housewives and janitors and auto mechanics and people who have no background in healing whatsoever are doing this.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's pretty fascinating. It's really fascinating to watch. It's really exciting to bring this forward. And no one owns the angels. No one has higher access to the angels. How many are there? I don't know. All I know is we've just defined a few different sets of them that we use in this training and we use in healing. And my goodness, I see miracles every day. I've been working all day today. I think I've had 4 absolute miracles. We had a dog last week that they're getting ready to do exploratory surgery and all kinds of stuff because the old dog was just growling all the time, just coughing and growling, and it's completely gone.
Wow.
And what a change for the woman who owns that dog. She's
Yeah.
just like, oh my God, I don't care about me. Listen, let me tell you about Little Bit. That's the name of the
Yeah.
dog. And so it's really exciting to bring this work forward and have this show this.
So I guess, can you explain what that looks like, the process of making these miracles happen? Because I think maybe there's, if somebody's listening to this or watching this, they probably might want to know a little bit of how you apply all these techniques and, maybe a little insight on the class on what that looks like.
Well, the first thing in the class is we talk about quantum mechanics and how they
Mhm.
actually work. How it's like the chair you're sitting on is actually moving in space. There's all kinds of space between those molecules, and
Yeah.
somehow it's condensed down. Well, it's condensed down because we're looking at it, and and we live in a world where this quanta has been solidified into molecules that become matter.
Right. Yeah.
But it's that belief that it's not actually real. And so as I teach you and show you that these things we can mold these things, we can change these things with intention, because intention is what drives the universe. So everybody listening has had the experience of thinking of somebody they love or care about, and that person has called them. They bump into them at the store.
Yeah.
They hit somebody they haven't seen them in years and years and years, and they run into somebody at the store who says, "Hey, guess who I just saw yesterday? Yeah, she's doing great. She's living in this other town." We've all had that experience. Well, this is just like the next level of that. So it's like it's
Almost
training
like
our
manifestation.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They run in a very similar parallel universe, and it's very similar to the power of manifestation. And then we get into morphogenic fields, how fields feed information to different things. So like you have a morphic field. If you can define something, it's a morphic field. And so I teach that in class of how we access those and use those to asset, make an assessment what's going
Okay.
on.
Sure.
And so I teach a tool of assessment.
Okay.
And I could do it right now with my hands. It just looks like a little motion with your hands, and I can ask anything about anyone, anywhere, anytime. And once I have that awareness, like this dog, I worked on it last week for maybe a minute. I didn't see the dog. It was in another room sleeping. She just told me what was wrong with it. I just accessed it and had sent the angels. So in the training, I teach you what primarily is going wrong with us, with
Sure.
humans. I mean, everybody is sick.
Yeah.
Everyone has some weird shit going on, right? And so I've really been able over 25 years to figure out all these things that just they just don't have any answers for.
Yeah.
And I'll talk really quickly about it. But pathogens, for example,
Okay.
pathogens, cell wall deficient forms.
Hmm.
They are everywhere. They're in all of our food. All of our food. They test food anywhere. You can go to the finest grocery stores. Everything has E. coli. We've poisoned our food sources. We have we've poisoned the earth. We've poisoned the air. And so our battle is these crazy pathogens, whether it's
Yeah.
bacteria, nanobacteria, prions, cell wall deficient forms, viruses. We have a lot of this stuff going on that is driving a lot of these strange health things,
Yeah.
and so we have a mode of going after a lot of those things. And the angels, what can I say? They do a lot of different things. And when you understand, have the definitions of what they're able to do, they really are able to clear out a lot of life's stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, we have them all the time. We have guardian angels. They're around us all the time. They're helping us and protecting us. But when you have the understanding, the knowledge of what goes on with the human, dynamic when we experience things in life, these angels, and you have that active observation supercharged. These angels come in and clear out all the gunk that's left over from a really bad breakup. We have a
Yeah.
break. We have a breakup. Our first love at 10 years old. And
Yeah.
when I bring that up to somebody, they're like, "Oh yeah, gosh, I still feel that." And they've done all the, they've married and kids and moved on, but they still feel that.
Interesting.
If you feel that in the body from 25 years ago, do you think that's having any?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, and we all
I'm
have
I'm
it.
a big believer in feel it, express it, and move on. You know?
Yeah, and that's your conscious mind.
Yeah.
But your subconscious mind probably is different. I mean, if
Well,
we
sure.
if we pick something and we push something towards you, like along those lines, you start crawling out of your seat. God, I can't believe I still feel that. And I see this every single day. Every single day we see these distortions. It's kind of like they're like blips in the Matrix. I love that opening scene from the Matrix where it's, "Hello, hey, what's going on? Yeah, I got this." And I said, "Hey, did you hear that?" And, "No, I didn't hear anything." And there's that little beep.
Yeah.
That's my definition of a distortion. And these distortions are many and many and many. There's many definitions for them. Different techniques have different names for them. I just call them distortions, and the
Yeah.
angels know what those are, and they come in and they just clean the slate. They just
Yeah.
clear those out, and all kinds of stuff goes away from it. It's really fascinating.
Deanna here with Label Free Podcast. I don't know if you've heard about this new, innovative, creative, convenient, diverse product called All Things Clean. So let me give you a quick demo. And I'm going to actually have my mom come in here with me. Mom, can you come here? Did you see how this is stuck to your wall effortlessly?
That is awesome. I am so excited. I just looking at this. Go ahead, put that up. Let me see how that works.
This is the one board they have. And so they have a whiteboard as well. And so here you unroll it and then you put it on the wall. Mom, you want to help me with this?
Sure.
And so all you do is put it on the wall. There you go. And now you can do whatever you want with the markers. So, Mom, what do you think this would be good for?
First of all, with work, the endless possibilities. Think about it. If you're at a trade show and you don't want to bring a lot of stuff with, you can put this up there. You can write some stuff on there. When you're at work, you have these impromptu meetings. Grab this, slap it up on the wall, do some brainstorming, fixing.
We have some birthdays coming up in our family.
Oh my gosh! Happy birthday!
I think it's Louis. My nephew's birthday.
Happy birthday! Think about it. You would go around the whole room and people can come in and everybody can sign it. I'm really excited. I'm going to be using this.
I know. I'm very excited too.
Deanna, I want to see how easily this peels off. Let's just make sure. They say easy on, easy off. Holy cow, look at that.
You guys, have you not seen how great this product is? For at home, at the office, presentation, wherever. I have a special exclusive discount for you. They're giving me 15% off with free shipping and free markers. The code LABEL15 at cleaners.com. That's right, 15% off, free shipping, free markers at cleaners.com.
And the possibilities are endless.
Questions. So I guess the class, how long is the class?
It's 3 days. It's 3 days, and by lunchtime the first day, you will have witnessed a miracle. And maybe not a walk-on water miracle, but for example, we had this last class. I had I don't even remember what this woman does for a living. I think she manages properties, if I remember right. And I said, "Okay, who was it that had that bad knee? Somebody who walked in with a bad knee, 25-year bad knee from high school injury, cheerleading injury." And I said, "Would you stand up, please? And then so and so, would you? Let's just have you fix that over there across the room without looking at it, without touching her." So by noon, the first day, you have the assessment, you have the understanding of the quantum mechanics, how we apply it, and you have access to the angels. The first thing I'm able to do is download this knowledge. I mean, it's really fascinating how it's done. But anyhow, she zaps the woman across the room, maybe 10 seconds. And, "Okay, how is that?" She goes, "Well, it's gone." And everyone said the same thing, simultaneous. Really? Really? No one could believe it. I said, would you jump around for me a little bit? So she's jumping around in this knee that she could barely walk in on. And the treatment was 10 seconds long. And it took everyone to literally go, okay, she's not bullshitting. He doesn't know her. She doesn't know her. She doesn't. And then the floodgates open. And really, by the end of the second day, everyone has done this to somebody who has something, because everybody has something.
Sure.
Right. And these pathogens are, it's crazy. We are a super microorganism, so we have this stuff in us all the time.
Yeah.
You ever had a paper cut that won't go away?
Probably. I can't think of the last time I had
most
one.
people are like, God, how'd you bring that up? Because it's such a darn benign, stupid little thing, a little paper cut.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just last and last, like a hangnail that just won't, you cut it out and it just drives you nuts. Those are pathogens.
Yeah.
And just think of that on a more grander scale. And then we start talking about, chronicities, digestive issues. Oh gosh, just about every disease process I can think of, spinal stenosis, Parkinson's, every disease process I can think of can be traced back to, not every, but just darn about.
Sure.
What we started discovering a few years back is the effect on emotional issues, lifelong depression, anxiety, some of these odd, low self-worth, low self-esteem, endless self-talk, picking skin. Some of these things are driven by pathogens, and science is just completely unaware of this. And so they go to therapy for years. They're pretty soon on tons of drugs for these things. And these are pathogens often running deep in the gastrointestinal tract that flood the brain with their poisons. They're just discovering the lymphatic system. I've been working with this for 15, 20 years. And these things are real. And we show them, and we fix this stuff in class. And everybody in the last two classes who were out there, I haven't got a single email from anyone saying, hey, this isn't working. I can't. Now, they are having problems helping some people. I mean, some stuff's harder than others to fix, but no one has reached out and said, hey, for some reason I can't do this. So we all have this talent in us. It's just a matter of someone teaching you how to train that part of your brain to make that a reality and replicable every single time you enter that realm.
So you said that you have like mechanics, housewives, many different types of people with many different types of backgrounds that take your class. And so my question would be, with some of the stuff you're talking about, it's a little bit more complicated, a little bit more intense, for the average Joe, right? So how easy is it, and like relatable is the material for someone just to come into your class that is interested in learning these skills?
I think I've laid it out really well. It's a recipe. I've really laid out a recipe. I'm not that smart. I'm not super savvy.
You sound pretty smart.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm really not. I mean, it's good. I got certified in this and certified in that. I cheated half the time. I mean, come on.
Oh, yikes. All right.
I got through with C minuses. Let's put it that, you get a certificate, it doesn't matter if you get an A or a C minus. But I'm really good at taking complex stuff and making it really simple. Okay. And so I've really put together these programs where anybody can look at this and go, okay, is it this, or this? Oh, it's that, then go this way. Oh, it's that, then go this way. So I've made it really simple to follow. And it's so much repetition. By the third day, everyone's doing, and people are like, oh, hey, I'm stuck. I got this. And I'm like, okay, so what do? We do the same thing over and over every single time. And if they get a little bit better, it means you just need to do it again and again and again until it's gone. So I really think I'm really proud of what I put together. It's really straightforward and pretty, it's just easy to follow.
I love it. And so how often do you offer this class?
Twice a year is what we're doing right now. So it's happening in end of March. It probably will happen in September, I think. I'm just not sure yet, because we're looking at doing like a master class of more hands-on, some other stuff that I do. But really, this class is focused on remote healing. Okay. We do have what's called a roadmap we go through. So I do teach you how to make an organ assessment of the body. What's the weakest region of someone's body? manually, physically. You know, what doctor even pushes on your tongue? What doctor even touches you anymore, right? They
Yeah,
look at you,
right.
they go, okay, we got a blood test here. Well, the blood test is completely outdated by tomorrow morning, just
Yeah.
so everyone knows watching. I don't order blood tests. I don't do any tests, nothing, because we have a simple roadmap that we go through, and you figure out what's the weakest link in the body. We use the angels to restore the vibrancy of that organ. We see if it needs a nutrition, then we move on. So we do teach it's a full body workup,
Hmm.
and in person. But the primary focus of the class is remote healing, because
Okay.
it works just as good. There's plenty of things. I mean, I'm down here in Nicaragua. I've been all over the planet today, in Mexico, France, all over the United States, Australia. And these people are getting better. The dogs are getting better. The different animals are getting better.
You do a lot of this stuff via virtually as well.
Yeah, it's all, everything I do is Zoom or telephone.
How can people reach out to you, find you, learn more about the class? I mean, I'm fascinated. I mean, I think that it's just amazing I would just like to know how to do some of the stuff just to know it, because it feels like it would be, there's someone that believes in it. And actually, I have another question for you after you drop all your links and all that good stuff.
Go ahead.
No. Let us.
Oh, sorry. The only thing I can tell you is ahumanengineer.com. So A is an Adam, human engineer, all one word.com. It has everything on there. It has the class on there. What I really suggest is go look at the testimonials for the class. There's a doctor on there. I think there's a couple of doctors on there. Anyhow, their testimonials. I don't like to sell stuff. Go listen to them, especially the old doctor, because he's been around 40 some odd years. He's done every single study. I met him 25 years ago, and I was just honored to have him. He's never done a testimonial before for any seminar, and he said he was happy to do one for this class I put on. And he really got to be annoying after a while. It was like a fly that wouldn't go away. I was like, I know it's great, Greg. I mean,
yeah, you're the one.
Leave me alone. Can't you see? I need a break. He's just like,
That's awesome.
Because it really is that. I mean, it really is that. You see this the first day, your mind is blown, and the emails are just it's just a blessing and an honor to get emails from these people. They all say the same thing. It's just absolutely life changing. Having this level of knowledge and access to this angelic realm has changed changed everything in their lives, and it's really a blessing. I never imagined ever that I would be doing this, and that I could bring this forward. But the pieces all fell into place, and
Sure.
That's angels. That's what angels do.
God gave you a gift and made you follow that path. So
well, and I really don't think I'm no better than the other people doing it. In fact, a couple of the people doing it, I think are getting better than me, and that's my goal, is to have them to be better than me.
Yeah.
I have a very fascinating method of passing this knowledge on to you, and we don't have time to get into it.
No, we don't. We actually need to start wrapping things up.
I know we're almost done, but it's absolutely fascinating. And how I discovered it is just, when I say I discovered it, it was shown to, and basically just an idea, and I was like, is this possible?
Yeah.
And then everything else popped in that was like, okay, let's try it. And then my only complaint is I can't do it remotely yet. I've tried it. I'm curious as hell. I love experimenting. Like, is that possible?
Yeah.
I just haven't been able to do it remotely yet. But once I do, we can do this class on Zoom, and
Here we go. Well, something new will be happening here. So one more question, then I'm going to ask you for your last words of wisdom and advice. So what do you say to people that are non-believers? Because I'm sure you've had to turn some that are non-believers, like as far as like the angels and all that stuff. I'm sure you've come across that several times.
Oh yeah, I really don't have much time for those people, unfortunately.
Okay.
I have had many of those.
Sure.
And many of them won't get on the phone with me. The wife will say, well, he doesn't believe in it, but can you help him anyhow? Okay, I'll give it a shot. And it all goes away, and then next thing you know, he's a client. So this, or somebody sees mom get way better, and they're like, well, I didn't believe any of this stuff, but I'm just so happy mom's better. I just thought, what the hell? I'll give it a shot.
Right.
So even though they don't believe it, they're open. If they see somebody else get better, again, seeing is believing.
For sure.
This last class, we had a lot of people. There was a number of people who were like, well, I don't really believe in God. I'm like, well, I don't give a shit what you believe in. You
Yeah.
believe in angels? Well, I almost died in a car wreck once, and it's a miracle I got. And I said, well, hello.
So how do you not believe that? That's a kind of a contradiction, but whatever. We're not going to go there.
Right.
Yeah. So that I was just curious because I feel like, some people would probably listen to that and be like, oh, this sounds a little, hooey or whatever. But I mean, I believe in all of that. And I think that you were given a gift and that you're giving that gift to others. So you're doing what you were basically brought here to do and help people. So
I would agree with you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That
well,
I'm able to pass this on. I think that's the gift. It's not that I think I'm here to pass this on. I really do.
I love it. I love it. Okay. So before we say goodbye, Dr. T, I always ask for any last words of wisdom or advice. So it can be anything, whatever you'd like to share with the audience before you wrap things up.
I'm not that smart.
Doesn't have
Words
to
of
be-
wisdom. Let me see. Words of wisdom. Well, we all know love is the most important thing in life. So we love to give love to receive love. But right behind love is joy. And joy is one of my favorite things. My saying is, I'm done when there is no fun. So I love to be fun. I love to bring joy. We're calling my class, it's a show. Everything I do is a show because it's fun. I try to make fun. And I think if you bring joy into a room, the whole room changes and your whole life changes when you're having fun and spreading joy. And you smile, you trip and stumble and you smile at someone, they see you don't care that you smile. It just takes the load off and helps everyone enjoy life more. So joy, I think joy is right behind love and is a lot easier to spread.
I love that. That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I will put all of his links. I will pull any social media links as well and put those in the show notes, you guys. So if you're interested in reaching out, learning more about what Dr. T has to offer, don't hesitate. Reach out to him. Find out how you can help gain this gift. Go to his class, all those good things, and support him. I think that this is an awesome thing he's doing. So make sure you click one of those links in the show notes. This is your host. Thank you, by the way, Dr. T.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. Couldn't wait to be on your show.
You dropped a lot of information, so I can't wait to hear updates from you so we can bring you back and see what's next. Because I think
love to do that.
There's going to be a lot more that's coming your way. You guys, this is your host, Deanna Kemple of Label Free Podcast. Live your best life. You must live label free. Please don't forget to review, rate, share, follow, all those good things. And I'll be back soon with more dynamic guests.